Hey guys, today I have an electric matching Whirlpool washer and dryer set, and right now I've got the washer hooked up running. So let's start over here. So it says Roper up here. That's a Whirlpool machine. Now you have different little surnames on the machines depending on which big box store you bought it from, but they're all Whirlpool machines. They work exactly the same from this particular lineup with the direct drive style. They all basically look the same too. Anyway, we've got here, you can actually control the water level that the machine's going to use. So we get to control the water level in 4 temperature selections. So you can here switch to the cold valve, switches to the hot valve. I like to just leave it on warm or cold. Kind of get to use both that way. Actually, I stick it on cool. Come over here, you have a normal cycle. Now this is a time designation from the 6 all the way up here to the 18 for how long the machine's going to agitate. So if your clothes are really dirty, you can put them on all the way down here. It's just a longer agitation. This doesn't have anything to do with how much water it uses. That's all controlled right over here. And then you've got rinse and spin. You've got permanent press, which is more of like a kind of midway point of delicate between this one and this one. Gentle, super gentle. Your really delicate items, hand wash items, could go in here for this one. But as we can see here, it's filling up with water. Water's dropping right in here. Everything's nice and clean. You have a center agitator post, and how these work, they should spin freely in one direction and not back the opposite direction for this direct drive center post style. Now if you can reach in yours and you have this style and you spin it freely in both directions and this isn't working, your clothes aren't getting clean and nothing's happening other than it filling up with water and draining. So it's a little tip I like to throw out every time I sell one of these. This is my favorite type of machine. I love the ones that have these center agitators, especially with having kids and doing some work that requires dirty clothes getting really clean. Then with the kids, these do the best job in my opinion of getting everything nice and clean. Super heavy towel load. I've got a bunch of towels kind of packed down in there for you to see. And what we're going to do is let it fill all the way up with water. I'm going to show you that it agitates, drains the water out like it's supposed to, and then has a nice, fast, smooth final spin cycle. All things you check out as if you were standing here yourself checking it out. You want to know when you get home and plug it in, you'll be good to go. So that's why I do these videos, so everybody's on the same page. And then when it's all done, we're going to take those clothes out of the washer and put them in the dryer. And I'll show you that the dryer runs perfect, sounds great, and heats like it's supposed to. So let's let this fill up with water and we'll come back. All right, we filled all the way up with water. We are now agitating. You can hear the agitator running. It has the agitation kick, which is what I mentioned here. This only spinning one direction, then kicks back. That's what you're hearing in motion. If you didn't hear that, that's how you know maybe you had an issue here. So as you can see, full water submersion here. It's vortexing those clothes down along these fins on the bottom, then they get shot back up the side, and then it just keeps doing that repetitive motion. But all of these different fins and stuff help with the agitation. That's why everything gets so clean with this style. So we'll let it move. It's going to move through this wash cycle here. Once it gets to this little notch right here, it'll start to drain out, spin, and then here it fills back up with water. It'll agitate with a full submersion on the rinse cycle. Then it drains back out for the final spin. So we'll come back right in here and let you get a listen to that drain. Excuse me. All right, we're moving out of the wash cycle into the rinse cycle. And now, I'm not going to lift the lid up because it is in neutral drain where it's not spinning, only draining. And then here in a minute, what it'll do once it's got all the water out is it'll switch over and spin to extract the soapy used up water before it then adds fresh water for the rinse cycle where it will agitate in full submersion. Then it'll drain that out. So we'll be on to the final spin next. All right, we are at top speed on the spin cycle. As you can see in here, sounds great. It's moving nice and fast. So what I'm going to do is lift the lid up. Now the safety switch is going to engage and shut it down, but before it does, you'll be able to see that it's spinning nice and fast. So we will do that now. There you go. Let's do a stop. See, it's spinning nice and fast. So I'm going to let it get back up to speed, finish spinning out, and then we'll pull the dryer over here and show it off next. All right, we've got the clothes moved over. The washer is cleaned out. So it's good to go. Come over here to the matching electric dryer. And we've got it set to a high heat on time dry. You also have a low heat on time dry. You've got an automatic dry, so it's a sensor dry for a high heat, and then you have a no heat. So you have essentially 3 to 4 heat settings here, if you count the automatic high. And this would be for your super delicate items, but I just kind of set it to its max setting, 30, and then it's going to go from there. And you see heavy duty super capacity 5 cycle 3 temperature, push to start here. And here's your lint filter. You want to make sure that gets changed out before each load, so you've got the best airflow possible. Enables your clothes to get dry as fast as possible and energy efficient. Sounds great. Now also, I don't have a vent hose on the back, so it's kind of loud. If you had your vent hose on the back, you wouldn't be hearing the blower motor, and you basically just be hearing the clothes tumble around. But even still, it sounds great. Now I'm going to show you that it is in fact heating like it's supposed to. So right in between those 2 red dots, we get a surface temperature measurement. It's about 74 degrees on top of the dryer. It's about the same on the concrete floor actually. So we'll go ahead and open this up. You see the clothes are tumbling. Right inside this heating element tube, it's where the heat comes right up from the heating elements, kind of right here. It comes up and out this tube. Then the inside of your dryer is going to heat up anywhere from about 95 all the way up to 195. Just depends on how long it's been running and what you have your heat setting at up top there. So push those back in, close that up, start. And we will go ahead and let this finish up and get these listed up for sale. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Thanks. You guys have a great day.